OC Financial Media presents, in association with CHL Mortgage, bringing you the top business experts in Southern California, from LA to Orange County. Your host, Dino Katsiametis. It's about your real estate. It's about your money. From your estate to real estate, it's Money Matters with Dino.
Welcome back to Money Matters with Dino. We are here every weekend afternoon, and if you miss any part of the show, you can watch the show on moneymatterswithdino.com. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can call us at 949-720-1616. That's 949-720-1616. From your estate to real estate, we're here to help. This next segment is brought to you by Reverse Mortgage Educators. And Reverse Mortgage Educators has been on our show a few times now, and I want to just say that I'm a firm believer in their product. It is the reverse mortgage, and I was not a fan for many, many years, but I'll be the first to admit that the only reason why is because I wasn't educated. I didn't know enough about the product, but since the guys have been on the show, I've done my own research, and I agree that if you're 62 years or older, or if your mom or dad or a friend who's 60 years or older is living in poverty of any kind, just doesn't have enough money to really live the rest of their years out the right way, make sure you contact them. It's Reverse Mortgage Educators. Or you can call me direct at 949-720-1616, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it and put you in touch with them directly. All right. We have a couple very special people here today, and Lynne Diamond from S.N.A.P. S.N.A.P. is Special Needs Advocacy and Planning. How are you, Lynne?
Oh, hi, Dino. I'm great. How are you doing today?
Doing really good. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about what S.N.A.P. does?
Yeah. We started out S.N.A.P. Providing legal document assistance to our clients, helping them secure conservatorships for their adult children, or doing some estate planning with them with special needs trusts. And in collaborating with some of my colleagues, we discovered that there was still a tremendous need that special needs families had to understand how to navigate the public school system, how to navigate the court system, how to navigate the therapeutic community. And so we came together, a number of professionals, and we decided to move forward with S.N.A.P. Special Needs to help families who have special needs children.
So when I first spoke to you about this, I was really impressed because just a moment ago, actually, we talked about the Reverse Mortgage Educators, and I spoke to a advocacy group for the elderly, and that's what kind of got me going on it. And I realized that there are so many people out there with whatever their issue or need is, and they don't know what to do. And they end up not fully taking advantage of the options they have out there. And that's one great thing about America is we do have options. And all you have to do is educate yourself. And through groups like yourselves, they can be educated. So when we spoke, I remember we spoke about so many different things, how at the school district, a child that is, I guess that has special needs of some sort. I don't know what qualifies exactly, but they can actually have somebody take them around and be their shadow the entire day at the school. Or I remember you saying that it's free of charge, that they would come to your home and do homeschooling. Is that correct?
Yes, Dino, we had an opportunity with our son to participate in what was called the home hospital program of the public schools. And we had a teacher who is now working with us at S.N.A.P. Special Needs. Her name is Virginia Teely, and she was the special needs teacher at Laguna Hills High School. So after a full day of teaching special needs children, she then went into 4 or 5 homes and worked individually with children and got them through high school. And her special interest today is helping these young people with special needs develop careers and be able to make a living and be part of their community today.
And these are all like free of charge type things, or in some cases, right?
Well, free is probably a very loose term. The amount of work required to qualify for that kind of assistance is huge. There's a lot of bureaucracy, paperwork, and let's face it, the school districts have limited resources. We have growing numbers of special needs children and special needs students that they want to provide services to. And so we have limitations, but the school districts often make it very, very difficult for a family to get the services that they need. And so what we offer is we offer assistance, we offer empowerment. We would like the families to be able to represent themselves with the school districts, but if they can't, then we would have advocates, and we have advocates available to assist them as well. So even though it might be free because you don't have to write a check, the cost is really very high.
Okay. And tell us what your website is so we can get it out there.
Our website is snapspecialneeds.com, and you can learn all about the services that we provide and all of the professionals we've gathered together to help service your needs.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, we're going to break here in just 1 second for commercials. In the meantime, if you want to get a hold of me or any of our guests here today, you can call us at 949-720-1616. That's 949-720-1616. Or you can go to our website, moneymatterswithdino.com, and we'll have all the information right there. We'll be right back after the break.
50 years ago, you didn't have any worries. You danced the night away. But the music slowed down. And now you have financial worries and woes you never thought you would be faced with in retirement.
I'm so afraid that my husband and I aren't going to be able to afford to live in our home.
Thousands of people have chosen to put a spring in their financial step by taking advantage of a government-insured reverse mortgage loan that turns the equity in your home into tax-free cash. You can use the cash for whatever you want. Pay off medical bills, credit cards, travel, and start to enjoy your retirement. Best of all, you still own your own home. Call now. Find out how you can qualify for a life without monthly mortgage payments. Call now, and we will send you a free DVD that will explain if a reverse mortgage is right for you. Call the number on your screen right now. No obligation, just education.
Mortgage professionals, are you looking for a company that values you as a loan officer? One that can provide you with the tools you need to grow your business at your pace? Then look no further than CHL Mortgage. CHL Mortgage provides you with a full range of residential loan products and services. You'll be backed by an exceptionally trained team of professionals that can take your clients as seriously as you do. Your clients will be treated with dedicated service, personal integrity, and exceptional professionalism. You'll be able to guide them in the right loan with competitive rates and keep them on the road to achieving life's goals. To get started on advancing your career, call Dino with CHL Mortgage at 949-720-1616. That's CHL Mortgage, 949-720-1616.
Welcome back to Money Matters with Dino. You can reach us at 949-720-1616. That's 949-720-1616. Or you can check us out online at moneymatterswithdino.com. I am having a hard time here today because we have what I am considering the best show we've done all year. We're talking about is there charity in your portfolio? And this show is not about how much money you can make or how much money you can save or techniques to further yourself in the business world. It is about giving back to the community. And we have two very special people here. We just heard about the Jesse Reese Foundation. Eric Reese, the father of Jesse, or Jess as he says, was telling us just a heart-wrenching story. But we're going to switch gears here in just a minute and talk to Lynne Diamond, the CEO of S.N.A.P. And Lynne, you have personal experience with special needs children. Your son, I believe, is special needs, correct?
Yeah, Dino. My son was one of those children that was impossible to diagnose. He was one of those children who kind of fell through the cracks. We started when he was in preschool, and we were called in to talk to the teacher. The teacher was telling the story of the 3 bears, and my son was talking about the dinosaurs in his closet. And of course, we thought that was because he was just so smart that he was bored by the 3 bears, and that's why he was talking about the dinosaurs. So he then went to kindergarten, and we were called into what's called an SST, which is a student study team meeting, where the parents and the teachers sit together to talk about what's happening with the child. And my son is 21 now, and so this was 20 years ago. And it was very, very difficult to convince the school district that our son needed some special care and special attention, and their plan was to let him finish 2nd grade, and then he was going to flunk, and he was going to have to do 2nd grade over again. They had made that decision in October of the school year. So that was when we started on our journey to try to find services for him. And we were very successful over the years, but it took a long time and a lot of energy. And he's doing just great today. He's in college. He wants to have a career as a voice actor. He goes to ballroom dancing classes. So there's really a lot of hope. And what I discovered from the experts who I had worked with 20 years ago was that nothing's changed. And people are fighting the same battles today that we were fighting 20 years ago just to help our children. And so that was really why I decided to move forward with the S.N.A.P. special needs business.
You know, what I realized after talking to you and actually going through your website the other day is how difficult it is for the family that is going through it. Raising a special needs child has so many more challenges than just what's on the outside that everybody thinks of. You know, you have, I'm assuming, other children and how they're being raised because of it. You have your job and time off you're going to have and various things like that. And what I liked about what I read on your website is you guys are actually offering help for the family as well, because that is a very big part of the whole equation, right?
Yeah, Dino, I'm really glad you brought that up, because we feel like we're offering a very unique program to families with special needs children. It's not about parenting. There are certainly parenting challenges, but as you said, it does affect the whole family. It affects the parents, the siblings, the grandparents, and everyone in the family. So what we're doing is we're very family focused, and we're offering support groups and coaching to the whole family, not just the parents, but the brothers and sisters as well. And we're very excited about that, because we think that's very unique in this field. And we know that we're going to be able to offer a lot of peace and a lot of serenity to families. So we're very excited about that.
How do you help the families? What services do you offer to help families deal with all this?
Well, we have a number of services that we offer. As far as the families and the family dynamics, we offer a program of, I would call it group support for families, where we have discussion groups, we have some education so that people can understand what the illnesses are all about. When we talk about special needs, there's such a wide range. We can be talking about bipolar disorder, we can be talking about autism, we could be talking about cerebral palsy, we could even be talking about brain cancer. And so we want to offer people education about the various illnesses. In addition, we want to look at the family dynamic and see how the family interacts and relates to each other. And we also want to help people take care of themselves, because when you raise a special needs child, it can be so exhausting that it's really important that you take care of yourself along the way. So that's the way that we're trying to help families as a whole.
I love it. Do you find that there's a real lack of resources out there for these families?
Most of the resources are directed toward the child or toward the parents. So there really aren't a lot of resources for the family as a whole. But as you know, in Orange County, we are rich in resources to help these families. But the problem is that there's just no coordination. And so people are looking, something sounds good. Biofeedback training sounds like that might really be a great idea for my child. And so I go out and I spend $2,000 on biofeedback training, and it just wasn't effective for me.
What is biofeedback training?
Biofeedback training is a way of a theoretical way to help children with ADD. And basically what it is, it's looking at a screen with while listening to some brain waves, and by controlling your brain waves, you can focus on this little guy on the screen and keep him above the line. And so that helps people focus. And there's a lot of anecdotal evidence for that works. However, there's no scientific evidence for it. And so what happens is we go from that, and then we look into vision training. Maybe vision training will help the ADD. Maybe if they can just learn how to control their eye muscles, then that will help. And so we go down that path, and we spend, $3,000 doing that, and then that wasn't effective. And so there's just no coordination of resources, because there's nobody available to just listen to your story and say, okay, let's develop this plan.
As a father, I have taken great care, and we preach this all the time on the show, that you have to be prepared for anything. And if anything happens to me and I get hit by a bus accidentally today, I know that my family's taken care of. With my children being young, I think about how their mother will be able to support them without disrupting their life and her life too much, how they will be educated and still have everything they would have, with me here. So I've taken great care to buy the proper life insurance, to set up a trust, to do all these things that I view as the responsible thing to do as a father. But at some point, that child of mine is going to be old enough. So if nothing happens to me now that they're kids, everything's great. If something happens in my old age and they're in their 30s, 40s, whatever it be, they're going to be fine, right? They're adults. I would imagine, though, with a special needs situation, it really doesn't matter how old they are. You're going to always have that fear of how are they going to get through, depending obviously on the severity of their situation. But when you're gone, how are they going to be taken care of? And I know you guys do trust in various things. Can you explain how that piece works?
Yeah, we actually have two pieces that address those concerns. One is the estate planning piece, which includes living trusts and special needs trusts. The purpose of a special needs trust is to protect any government benefits that an individual may be receiving. Let's say that as a parent, you have a small estate. Let's say you have a $100,000 estate that you're going to leave to your child who's getting some Social Security benefits and Medi-Cal benefits. Well, once they inherit that $100,000, which certainly is not going to last them their entire life, then all of their government benefits go away. So a special needs trust protects them in that fashion. And surprisingly enough, a special needs trust is a fairly simple document. It doesn't require lots and lots of paperwork, but it is really essential to protect a special needs person so that they can continue to receive especially their medical benefits. The other piece that we have is life insurance, because when you're raising a special needs child and you're frantically looking around for help for them, you're usually not thinking about life insurance at that moment in time. There's a lot of denial. You're looking for help for your kids. You want to believe that they're going to be fine and that you don't have to worry about it. And so often we wait too long, and that was a mistake that I made, to buy life insurance. And then we get to the point where we just can't afford it because we're too old. So we work with people and we try to guide them and counsel them that when they're younger, it makes a lot more sense to buy that life insurance, even though they're not really thinking about it at that time. And then if they don't need it, oh well, then at least they've made a good investment.
You know, I'm a junkie for knowledge. I love listening to talk radio and to various people speaking because of the information that I learn. There's always somebody that knows more than I do. And as much as I think I know about various things, especially in business, every single week here on this show, I learn as much as you do. And Lynne just proved a big point there, that you have to have some things in line in order to make sure that your family's taken care of. And talking about how you lose the government sponsorship if X amount of money comes in and various things like that. No normal person would know that unless you've been through it. So as we preach on this show all the time, put together a team of people that you trust, and a team of people that don't have their best interest at heart. They have your best interest at heart. The people are out there. I know they are. I'm one of them. And a lot of the people that I have here on our show are also those kind of people. If you have any questions at all and you want to put together the right team of people to help you with your particular situation, call us at 949-720-1616. That's 949-720-1616. Or you can look us up online at moneymatterswithdino.com. We'll be right back after the break.